Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a 2005, it's a Honda Accord. We're going to be replacing the rear struts with new ones. Now in this particular case, we're going to be changing the entire strut and spring assembly, and it's called a quick strut. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Let's grab some tools, let's get started, and get this job done. Basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to reach underneath the seat, down underneath here. There's a little clip down underneath here. You pull it towards you. Two hands to actually get in there and pull that clip out, and it pops up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let me go around that way, and I'll show you how to do that one too. What you do is you reach underneath the seat, grab it with both sides, and just pull it, and it comes right out. And then we can pull the seat out. So I want to point this out too, that there is actually a little 10mm screw down in the back there that actually holds this portion of the seat in place there. And then after you do that, then you can sneak the seat belt through the seat, and we can remove the back seat from the car. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come down on the side over here, and we're going to remove this part of the seat right here. There's a little screw down inside here, and what we have to do is we need to remove this section right here. So we're going to take out this screw and take this out, and then we're going to go to that side over there, and we're going to do the same thing, and then we'll pull this out. It's only like I think it's a 10mm screw. Alright, and once you have that out, then you can take this out. It lifts up and out. I'm going to need two hands to do it. I'll come right back. Okay, and once you have that screw out down on the bottom, we're going to flip this seat down just so we can gain a little bit of access to get this off. What we got to do is we got to take this piece here, push it up to get it off. Well, we're going to pull this seat back out of here so we can do that. And the way you do that is you just put the key in the trunk in the area here to flip the seat down. So let's flip that seat down. You just turn the key and pull the seat, and the seat flips down, and then we're going to go underneath here, and we're going to push up at the bottom and at the top at the same time to get it out. Let's do that. Okay, what you do is you grab by the bottom and at the top, and you just work it back and forth and lift it up. And then we can take it out. It's a little bit of a pain in the rear end because you have to get this hook off of here. So we'll take this and relocate this to the side for now. Then we're going to go and do the exact same thing on the opposite side. And then we're going to remove these two screws down inside here. Right here. This one as well as that one. So let me just take the other side out and we'll come right back. Okay, now that we have both sides off, we'll take this piece off right here so we can gain access to these. These are just push pins that actually hold this down. So what you got to do is just grab it and you just pull it up. Like that. And it comes right up. And the same thing here. This push pin's inside here too. So we're going to pull it right out. Like that. They just snap right in like that. And then we're going to loosen up, we're going to take out this one back here. We're going to loosen this one up almost all the way. And then we're going to lift the car up and we'll go underneath and continue with our work. So we're going to loosen these up right now. Okay, now that we got the car up in the air and we have the wheel off, we need to remove the strut where it mounts down onto the bottom over here. And as you can see, this is the bolt here that goes through the bottom of the strut. You can see that everything underneath here is pretty well rusting and oxidized, so we're going to do something a little bit different here. Normally I would disconnect the stabilizer link from the car itself. In this case I'm not going to. I'm going to remove the bolts right here, and I'm going to lower the bar down. That gives us a little bit more play in the lower suspension to bring it down a little bit lower to get that strut out of there. So let's take that bolt out. I'm going to use an air gun. You can do it with a regular hand ratchet. Same thing over here. You can use a regular hand ratchet here also. So let me take those bolts out and we'll continue. Drop a little bit of suspension just so you know. What I'm doing is I actually just held a wrench on the bolt and pushed it out while I use the air gun to shoot it out. But you can do that by hand also. All right, now we need to get this out of here. Well, we're going to take that bolt up on the top so we have a little bit more room. And we'll pry this down and out. Okay, gives a little bit more room. Now we can take that out of there with a pry bar. Okay, just going to go up to the car now and disconnect that bolt that we left partially disconnected. Okay, now our strut is totally disconnected. We're just going to pry it out with a pry bar. So it drops down. Be careful. Okay, we're going to need to take out this bolt right here too, so we can move this bracket so we can pull the strut out past over here. See how it's hitting right here? We need to move that bracket so we can remove that bolt so we can slide that bracket out. So I'm going to do that next. Loosens up that bracket for us. And now we're able to pull the strut down, and we're going to turn it and maneuver it to get it out of here. It's sometimes a little bit of a pain. Alright, that's our old struts out, and we're going to put a new strut back in. And obviously the way we're going to do that is the exact reverse of how we took it out. Put your strut back up in your position and screw one of the nuts on the top of it to hold it in place. You don't have to tighten them right. You don't have to tighten them all the way. You're just going to catch it just to hold it for now. Then what you're going to do is get in here with a pry bar. We're going to pry down a little bit on this to get the bottom bolt to line up with the strut. And now we're just catching the nut, we're not tightening it, because we're going to reattach that bracket that we previously took on the other side off. We got to put that back on first. Tighten that on all the way with the air gun, because I want to catch the other bolt in all the way first on the lower part of the strut. This one. What I want to do is I want to tighten up that other 14mm bolt on the other side. Make sure it's nice and tight also. Which it is. Okay, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to reattach this bar back up in here, which holds the rear suspension back on. But I'm not going to do that until I go around to the other side and put that strut in the other side, and then we're going to come back and we're going to bolt this up. We're just going to screw these in just to hold it in place for now. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go around, do the strut on the other side, then we're going to lower it down and we'll tighten it up on the top here. So let me get the other side wrapped up, and then we'll go back in the car. Okay, now that we got the car back down on the ground and we have the struts all attached on the bottom, we're going to tighten up these nuts up on top right here, and we'll get this job out the door. We'll put the seat bolsters back on. Okay, now that we got both tops of the struts tight, this one as well as that one over there is tight. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this piece back on here that we previously took off. We have to hook it underneath the bottom and then line it up on the top right here and snap it in place. Back in, because you have to get this hook up into this hook. It's got to fit up into there. So just pull your seatbelt out this way here, and we're going to take our gloves off for this one. And you have to feel around for it. And when you get it in, you just push it down. And then we're going to reattach our bolt that we took over here. And we're going to go around to that side and do the exact same thing. Okay, now that we got both the corner pieces reattached in here, this, of course, you know, it just snaps right back in, like that. And we're going to put our seat back in. We're going to snake the belts through there. And don't forget, you got to put your 10mm bolt back in here that secures the back part of the seat in place. And that's it. We're going to wrap this job up and it's out the door. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.